You are now entering Lake Vermilion Indian Reservation, located 10 miles from Tower, Minnesota. We made this tape about the medical clinic on our reservation. Our reservation has a population of 115 people. Federal projects such as Operation Mainstream are the major source of employment. 10 of the adults receive their income from these projects doing maintenance work for our reservation. 4 adults work off the reservation. The lack of transportation and the lack of necessary skills for employment are the biggest reasons for high unemployment. Our reservation was created by executive order in the year 1856. It is a part of the Boys Fort Reservation, which includes Net Lake. The two reservations are 65 miles apart, which make it necessary to provide separate social services for the two villages. The medical clinic at the Vermilion Reservation is one of these services.
120/96.
Before having a clinic at Vermilion Reservation, my people were unable to get into the different clinics. We had some of our people die on this reservation before we could get them medical help.
How old is the baby? February?
This is Dr. Gibson McClellan, who helped us create our clinic. He has been our only doctor since our clinic began.
Indians on any reservation, or really any place in the country, and it's certainly true here, are unique as far as their health care needs are concerned. They're troubled with much higher incidences of disease of almost any kind. Their mortality rates are higher. And for some reason or other, they haven't been able to get appropriate medical care at the time when it's needed. It seems that their medical care has been deferred for one reason or another until it reaches a crisis stage, and then too often the opportune time to provide the best medical care is passed. And we've tried to breach that gap.
Because of all these needs, the clinic was started in 1970 with the help of the American Friends Service Committee. For 2 years, the kitchen of the social center was the only place available to house our clinic. In the kitchen, there was little privacy for the patients and no room for the storage of equipment and supplies. But in 1972, part of the problem was solved. Father Larry Antis donated a small trailer for our clinic use. The trailer is still inadequate for storing medical supplies. There is no water, and the doctor's examining room is 6 feet by 8 feet. The people of our reservation spend many hours repairing it and building an addition, which serves as a waiting room. The money needed for this work came from donations of church groups, the American Friends, and private individuals. We have bingo games, dinners, and an annual powwow. All of the money we raise goes to the community center.
Hold him down a little, Lucia.
Do you want me to?
Oh, God. Okay. Here you go, sugar.
Our children are now being immunized, and now all have medical records. None of this was done before our clinic was started.
If it wasn't for the people and the doc, I'd be deaf and dumb. But my docs helped me through this clinic here. And I'm sorry to say that the rest of them would come to the docs, come bring the kids in, and even us.
Every time that clinic comes out here, my old boy and I are always one of the first customers, and ever since the clinic been here, he's been having, doctor found out he kept having ear infections, and he had to go see a specialist in Virginia, and Dr. McCullough made an appointment for him at East Range Clinic. Dr. Leak, I think it was, and if the clinic wasn't here, I don't think he ever would have went over there to see him.
My name is Reservation.
Is it?
Our clinic does not deliver major medical services. It does, however, serve as a place to come to get checkups and follow-up care that we desperately need. When something comes up that can't be handled here on a reservation, Dr. McCullen refers us to a hospital or clinic off the reservation. We have a van donated from the local community action program that takes our people into the clinics in town when that's needed.
We no longer receive any funds from the Indian Health Services. Those funds were cut off in March 1973. Since then, we have only been able to get that money for extreme medical emergencies. Our normal medical needs are being met by our reservation clinic, which is open only one afternoon every other week.
Right now, our clinic is completely out of money. It costs about $65 to $75 a month for electricity, heat, and upkeep on the trailer. We have no money to carry us through the next heating season. So just to continue without expanding is a big problem for us.
This is Mary Jagnich, a St. Louis County health nurse who helps out in our clinic.
The thing with the clinic here on the reservation is the people have the trust in Dr. McClellan, where if you're taking them to a clinic outside, you don't know which doctor you're going to get. You don't know how long it's going to take. We're limited here in what we can do, but we can meet some of the health needs that the people present, and if we have to, we can refer down to the Virginia Hospital or to the East Range Clinic, and they know when they get to the clinic, Dr. McClellan is going to be their doctor, which is the important thing. This is what this clinic is, a caring clinic.
Most of my people won't go into the Virginia clinics because they did not have money for doctors and other medical bills. They were scared to go in because the clinic knew they didn't have money. It's hard for us to speak up for fear we might be turned away.
Oh, I don't think I'd go to that Eastern clinic every time little things happen. Because every time you go there, they always expect you to have your money there right away, or your medical card or insurance card or what have you. And we don't have that kind of money to pay every time you go there. And before you could even see the doctor, they want you to pay them.
Recently, a man from our reservation was turned away from a Virginia clinic because he had no money, medical insurance, or welfare medical aid. He then had to come to our clinic to get referred back to the Virginia clinic. He was then examined and was sent to the hospital with what was found to be tuberculosis.
Most of the doctors in the larger clinics and hospitals don't know about our way of life on the reservation. They often treat our medical problems the same way as they treat the people who live in town.
Or they're not aware of our situation out here, or, just, I think a lot of the doctors think, like they didn't know we didn't have running water, they, prescribe different things, but our doctor out here, that comes to the clinic is aware of these things, and like sometimes when they should be in a hospital, they think they can get the same kind of care like they do in like Virginia, like they take it for granted that everybody's got a nice warm house, it's all right, to stay at bed rest in their houses, but out here, a lot of people don't have, automatic heat, and it means to some people out here, it means going out to get their own wood and then water, and so in a lot of ways, it's, tonight, it's nice to have a clinic here.
We would like to expand our doctor's services by having a doctor here more often, and for when we cannot reach the doctor, we would like to have one of our people trained as a paramedic. He would be familiar with our cases and be around all the time.
Well, I think it'd be a good idea to have an eye doctor out here once in a while, because there's so many kids with eyeglasses around here, and they're always breaking them, like playing games, basketball or baseball or something. And it's too hard for them to get into Virginia or Tower to get their prescriptions filled out.
Oh! Oh, good one.
We would like to expand the facility to have specialty clinics like ear, eye, GYN, and well baby clinics. Maybe by having more specialty clinics here, more doctors would get to know us.
We need help so that we can help ourselves. We were promised medical care by the federal government. That promise has been broken, and our needs haven't been met. Our people are still dying young.